Slender. Slender some catalog. Slender never gets tired unless the owner is careless. Slender dampe gedle. Thou shalt ask for permission to do anything with another person because thou are not entitled. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You stop. Honestly, stop. Comment, please subscribing. Budi siapa ang like? Comment, please subscribing. Dumelang Bazala, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mamaneontshi / Mamaneontshi, and this is Mamaneontshi Chats. Thank you all so much for watching. To everyone who's subscribed, who's liked, who's commented, and all the other videos, I see you and I thank you. To all the new Mzalas, welcome, 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 welcome. I really appreciate you joining us. So, without any further ado, let's get into today's video, right? So today, guys, we're going to talk about rape culture. Yeah. So with everything that's constantly happening, so much has been normalized that shouldn't be normalized, but whatever. So today we're going to talk about rape culture and basically my 2 cents about it. Okay. So first of all, obviously, you know me, I'm going to define it. So rape culture is defined as the sociological concept for a setting in which rape is pervasive and normalized due to societal attitudes about gender and sexuality. Now, a lot of people can say, rape is, as much as it's very prevalent in this country, it's not normalized. But there's so many things about rape culture that are normalized and people don't know. And it doesn't just start with rape. Something built up. There was like a young build up to it. You know how when you're watching a play, for example, for people who do drama, when you're watching a play, there's a character build up that eventually leads to that person being fully revealed in all their true colors and because there was a build up to that, right? So with that said, I just want us to think of rape culture as a pyramid, right? The pyramid has a bottom. I saw this picture, I think, on Instagram, and I just wanted to explain it further. I don't remember where. So at the bottom of the pyramid are things that are normalized, like things that we take as everyday things, but they're very dangerous, right? Because the minute you tolerate the things at the bottom of the triangle, you are supporting and you are excusing the things that happen on top, because it all starts at the very bottom. It's like, you know, when you were little and you used to do some, like, let's say you used to put your finger in a plug and then they tell you, you're gonna burn, or something bad is gonna happen, then you would stop. But if nobody really told you to stop or to do anything, then you would keep on doing it to see for yourself, because like, anyway, I'm blabbing. So guys, at the bottom of this pyramid is sexist attitudes. So basically gender roles. This is a girl's job. Rape jokes. Yo, that paper raped me. Needs to end. Locker room banter. You know how they have these talks about these people and things like that. That must end. Unwanted non-sexual touch. I don't know why gents think it's funny to just go around touching people who don't want to be touched. Stop it. And catcalling. Yeah, no. Hashem. I know. South Africans, I give you guys a distinction for catcalling. You. Slender. Slender some catalog. Slender never gets tired unless the owner is careless. Slender dampe gedle. Stop it. Stop it. Just stop. Lonabo my size. Just stop it. Really, honestly, just, it's not cute. Like, I cousin too, and we're laughing uncomfortably because we don't know what you could do. So just stop. Yeah? Thanks. And the last one is, well, not the last one, there's a lot more, but like the one that I'm going to talk about is groping. I don't know why y'all feel it's okay to go around just groping people and just, no. Okay. So that's the basis of it. That's where it all starts. It starts with you thinking it's okay to make someone's child walking down the streets uncomfortable because you feel hore. Nah, it's what the boys do. I can't. Nah. And you just think these things are normal. You feel like sharp. And then it moves to degradation. So in degradation, we basically have things like, it's disrespect, period. So it's things like coercion or manipulation, where you put pressure on a person and you convince them and you threaten them and you intimidate them and you blackmail them and you guilt trip them to believe, hey, wena, you have to do this, right? Someone said giving in because of fear, or because you're just tired of saying no, because you've said no so many times that this person doesn't want to listen to you, you eventually give in. That is not consent, because you coerced, you forced and you forced and you forced and you forced until you got your way. So that's not consent. And also, I remember I was watching this podcast, Jay Makopo, I think, and he was talking about how you can go on all sorts of trips, go on road trips, go on whatever type of trip, but don't go on a guilt trip. Khana, refuse, literally. Okay, so the last one, it started with that catcalling, and then you felt entitled, and you were like, nah, but if you love me, or if you what, ing. Oh, also, the other thing about degradation is victim blaming. Was she wearing? What were you wearing? Rena, what were you doing outside at night? Rena, what were you? What were you? Guys, if you support survivors, you're breaking a stigma and you're calling out abusers for who they are. But if you keep on focusing on the victim instead of focusing on calling out the abuser's behavior, you're not really doing anyone justice. So associating an outfit or a time or the fact that the person was walking alone with the rape does not make sense. The problem is the fact that somebody saw that outfit as permission, saw an opportunity in her walking alone, saw an opportunity in her being alone at night. For all we know, I could have been at the library, I could have been at the post office, I could have literally anyway. People don't care, right? And then so all these small things built. So I get it was catcalling, and then it was coercion. So now when that is not enough, you are guy rape, drugging, literally going any route to get what you want. And then in South Africa, eventually murder. So yeah, that is the triangle of rape culture. Remember, supporting the bottom is only giving more and more and more and more opportunity to the top. So, khalimelanang, I for one, I know I'm guilty with certain things. Like I would mize a lot of things, and I shouldn't have done that. So it's time for all of us to go through like a small introspection and fix our actions and literally just do better. Literally, that's what we have to do. Okay, so we must change the culture to change the outcomes. That's literally it. So I wanted to talk about the 11th commandment. Thou shalt ask for permission to do anything with another person because thou are not entitled. Because you need to respect other people's decisions. She only needs to say no, Khaiwan. He, because yes, men also get in these situations. He also just needs to say no, Khaiwan, for you to get it. Literally, they say no, it's not about you. Stop being selfish and thinking, shut up. Okay? If they say no, they say no. Also, you need to respect people's discomfort as well, because sometimes the no is not verbal, but it's physical. Because you're so selfish, you're not really seeing. Body language. Body language, but people don't care. Okay, and then I wanted to talk about education also. So children should be taught that, like, it starts at a very young age, guys. Certain things start at a very young age. A lot of kids are taught tolerance of nonsense when they're very little, and they grow up internalizing that, and that's wrong. So if children are taught to say no, then it's gonna keep being in their mind, or I can say no, and there's nothing wrong with saying no. It's not nice. So children should be taught to say no. And as much as children are taught to say no, children should be taught to accept no's. So if another child says no, the other child who was rejected or whatever must just be strong. Honestly and truly, guys, if a person rejects you, man, please just accept it. Another thing that children should be taught is to ask for permission, because obviously consent is asking for permission. If you're taught that when you can get whatever you want from a young age, you grow up with that sick mentality, and then people have this nah, but this is who I am. There's always room for growth and change, and I think it's very distorted to think that when you're too good to change. Okay, and then another thing is positive role modeling. So like I said, all of us have kind of sort of contributed to rape culture. So now what we do about it, calling out that friend who's busy making someone's daughter feel uncomfortable, and a little boy or a little girl is watching, they're gonna know that that's wrong, because these are very important. Apparently, the eyes are the windows to your soul. So if your eyes see what's right and your eyes accept what is right, then yeah. And we need to teach children to use their hands less. Don't use force, because what do? They then rely on their force to get their way. So if I say no, you're gonna grab me and force me to give you what you want. You see? Small things. And then another thing I wanted to talk about 3 things we should stop saying to little boys and 3 things we should stop saying to little girls. I'm going to start with the boys. You need to stop telling boys to man up and to be a man, because that gives off a very distorted image of what a man is. And we need to stop telling boys that men don't cry, because in most cases, boys who get assaulted at a very young age can't even talk about it, because men don't cry and you must be a man and just suck it up and keep it moving. And that is it could be potentially dangerous, in the sense that they would now want to avenge themselves and be a man on someone else. You see? And also, the one thing that I hate hearing people saying to boys is, why are you acting like a girl? Stop it! Stop it, stop it, stop it! Stop. Honestly, stop. Okay? And then to girls, our women shouldn't be this loud when a girl says she doesn't want, or she, like when a girl stands against something, it's very unladylike, When the one other question I hate is at that time of the month when a girl stands for themselves, and when a girl is just saying no and a girl is not nice. And also the whole thing, nah, this is your job as a girl. Just stop. Honestly, just stop. So that's my part about education. Educate. Okay. So instead of teaching how not to get raped, society needs to start teaching how not to rape. Okay, Nana, you are not entitled to this. You must ask. If they say no, they say no. Utlava strong. Because this thing, boys will be boys, must end. Boys will be boys. No. Boys will be what they are taught to be. Period. And I wanted to also emphasize something, because it seems like I'm attacking gents, and I'm not. Because it doesn't make sense that in South Africa, there's 114 cases of rape that are recorded daily. Those are the ones that people actually go talk about. We don't know there's probably so many more people, not probably, there's definitely more people who get raped in a day who don't talk about it. And what's funny is that the victim is never believed, because some victims are lying, and that sum is literally 2% of the 114 daily cases. So I don't know what type of a society has the mentality that 2% is greater than 98%, but whatever. So the last thing I wanted to talk about was being part of the problem. If you ignore what's happening, if when you decide to turn a blind eye and pretend like you don't see that that person is uncomfortable, or you don't see that that person's behavior is very rapey, then you are definitely a part of the problem. Because I know there were people that I once spoke to who were saying, oh, it's very unbiblical to stand up for things like this. And I just want to read you a Bible verse. Psalms 50 verse 6 says, and the heavens proclaim his goodness and his righteousness, because he is a God of justice. God is not going to stand for nonsense. That's not who God is. So as much as we are very vocal about white people saying, I see no color, and we want them to recognize our color, we should also be very vocal about people who say, not all men. We need them to start saying, we get that this is a problem. Tell us how to help you, because we just want you to work with us, and there's no point in working against us. I read a quote that said, women are saying, stop killing us, and someone is saying, but. So keep that in mind. Educate, guys. Stop being part of the problem and just be woke. So yeah, that's all from me today. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and hit that bell key over there to become Zala. Rebe bazala, rebe together, re khone go bua, rebe le conversation. My name is Untiameti. Thank you all so much for watching. Love and light. Bye.